want to be very clear about something because I know that I'm being heard. When I first started on YT, my first introduction to YT was a channel called One Woman Worth It. And I literally started that at the same time that I started my boutique. And that was out of my dining room, believe it or not. So I did that out of my dining room, and I just turned my formal dining room into an office, and that was just like my workspace. My casual dining room table, like my breakfast table, I turned that into a desk, honey, and it was me and one of the chairs, and that was it. That went with the table. There was no fancy schmancy. There was just me and me improvising, and I had a Dell computer. It was all white with a white keyboard. Eventually, I would learn that my storage had been sold well before I needed to pay it. And I was like, wow, that was interesting. So there were some people who got a hold of my property. And so, and with that, there was a lot of data that was attached to that computer. And so, there's a lot that I've been going through uh, over the last probably, Lord, I would say five years plus. And it's just been kind of compounding. And I just been minding my business and working and trying to take care of my family. And we've been just going through so much from every angle. And I just was like, Lord, there's a part of me that's just kind of like, I'm so grateful that I'm able to hold on to a certain amount of peace because so much has happened. I want to be very clear about something because, see, this is something that I've been going through also. I've been getting harassed by people online a lot for several years now. And I know that some of these people are keeping up with me and what I'm doing and where I'm going and, what I'm wearing, what I look like, what I smell like, where I'm sleeping at night, activities that I'm doing. Like I'm aware of that, right? Everybody doesn't have your best interest at heart. And for some odd reason, people are under the impression that I'm some form of witch or I'm some form of, what do you call that? Father, what do you call it? Like a prophet of some sort, and I am an intuitive, but I am not a witch. I don't practice witchcraft. If I practice witchcraft, a lot of people would be in a not so good position right now. I will definitely tell you that. But I don't, and I'm not necessarily against that. I don't necessarily understand it, so therefore I don't really rock with it. I do have women in my family and men in my family who are very well familiar with the, certain practices and things like that, but I don't practice. And so someone put out there that I was practicing in that arena. That is not true. Let's see what else was going on. I think people were watching me because of that. Then they put out that I was supposedly some kind of false prophet or something because, I have, if you understand the spirit of discernment or you know what it's like to sit and meditate and allow your mind to be clear, and whatever the first thought is, or if there's a message or something like that that comes to you, sometimes you won't actually speak it out loud, so I decided for a few seasons in my life, this is probably about a couple years ago, I decided that I wanted to speak them out loud. People got a hold of that and, went crazy with it. Oh, she's a false prophet and and it's like, what are you talking about? There's a lot that has transpired. And I honestly think that it just started from people being followers, following what someone else has told them and acting upon that. And then when that person turned out to be wrong, then the whole crew was wrong and nobody wanted to admit it. And instead of just being, upright and saying, we had you pegged out just so wrong. We didn't know. We were just doing what we were told. Whatever the case is. And instead of people just doing the right thing, they decided to continue. And it affected my family. It affected my career. And it affected my social life. But I was never one to be around a lot of people anyway. I'm more of an introvert. But I think that indirectly that was the point. The point was to cause problems in my life because someone wanted me to understand that they have that kind of influence over people, right? And for me, I never questioned anybody else's position in the world. If I see you doing your thing, I pay you your respect, how I feel like, however I can, and I stay focused on what I got going on. It's been that way my entire life. I'm an expert at showing love. I love to show love to people, but I realize that in this world, especially, that is not necessarily a valuable tool to use with too many people. I realized over the last handful of years, especially, that, just showing love to people in general can be seen as an insult. And, and to really be honest, because of what I've been able to experience and push through, I kind of understand now. It's kind of like, because you don't know who's real and who's not, and people could be throwing some craziness your way, right? And you may not really, what I mean? You may not know. So it's kind of like, well, wait, who is this person showing me this love? And then, imagine something happens and, you ask around about the person or something and you run into some people who don't really have too good of history with the person because maybe they were trying to set that person up and that person called them out on that shit that they did, right? And so now they see an opportunity to spoil the well. So now you've got all these people who, have spoiled the well for a person who doesn't even know anything about another person, another individual. So in a way, it's almost like they didn't have anything else to go on, but all of the craziness, because I'm such a hermit. I don't really deal with people, but I do know a setup when I see one. And that's actually a really good segue. We'll move forward because I'm sure you get the point. I'm the kind of person who will sit back and watch you for years do what it is that you think you're doing in secret. I've never been fooled by anybody online. I have never felt, a sudden, spout of shock, shockedness, or, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this person is involved. No, I know and I'm aware. I just don't speak on it. I just don't speak on it. So when I'm saying something, I've said this before, when I speak something aloud, I've already dealt with those emotions that go along with that. I've already known. It's the people who think that they're deceiving me who don't know that I know. So when I say something, I'm finally giving you permission to drop the illusion, right? I'm giving you permission to be who you are, to take off whatever mask you had on, right? So I expect for there to be certain energies that are wicked, because that's who you guys are, basically. You know, I expect for that, but that's not what's within me, okay? And I also understand that, you know, a lot of people have been told to tear me down, saying terrible things about me, even with me going through my worst moments in my life and people sending people out to gather information about me just to, you know, just to have something terrible to say, you know. It really tripped me out how you could even afford to pay those people to go out and do that. But you see a sister out there trying to do something for herself and you couldn't help. So that's my whole thing. See, I already looked at it that way. Makes sense? I already took the time to deal with those emotions and took the time to heal through what I felt like I needed to heal through. That's why it looks like I'm sitting still when I'm really not. Because I've learned to focus on my own motion and give myself the love that I used to once give to everybody else, in addition to giving myself the love, because I never stopped giving myself the love. Okay, she gonna always love on her, no matter what's going on. That's for sure, trust. Okay, but it's a thing where it's just like, you love on yourself, you celebrate yourself, so, you know, it's nothing to celebrate the next person. You know, it's nothing to celebrate the next person because, you know, shit, that's just who you are. You know, but everybody just doesn't appreciate that. And I realized that. And I was like, yeah, you're gonna have to, you know, keep that to yourself. Now you can't allow people to do that to you. So, you know, like, and when I say do that, I mean like really downplay how you celebrate others or uplift others. We live in a world where people don't necessarily uplift you on some real shit. Let's keep it a buck. We live in a world where people are fake as fuck, and that's why they running around calling people phony that ain't phony. Because that's what they're used to. Okay, and you don't know how to recognize real acknowledgement because everybody around you, they don't carry that type of spirit. And if they do it differently. But me, I'm considered a stranger, right? So who is a stranger giving me a compliment? Well, I'm a stranger that gives a lot of people compliments when I see them. If I see you, if it's looking right, shit. Well, shit, girl. Yes, you look good. You look good. You look amazing. You know why? Because that's how I feel inside. I can only give you what I give myself. If I hated myself, then guess what? I could only hate you. But that's why I can't hate you, because it's not in me. You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to move on from that. But I want to be very clear about something. Okay? There is no wool that has been pulled over my eyes over the last decade of my life. I have been fully aware of what everybody has been doing. I just never addressed it. I allowed the Most High to reveal what needed to be revealed in its own time, and I moved on. I healed, and I'm still healing because so much damage has been done. I have to still heal from that. And I still got to make sure that everybody else is good. While I have people, from what I understand, people are following me now. That's crazy. They better be careful. That's all I can say. So nobody's pulled the wool over my eyes. And just so that we're clear, this is for clarity. It's not a conflict-driven message. This is for clarity, so that people are aware that I'm not with all that drama. I don't do drama online or offline. Okay? But I am fully aware that there has been a group who has been harassing me, and they dominate online for sure. Okay, but as you can see, that has not stopped me from getting on social media and saying what it is that I need to say, promoting whatever it is I need to promote. Okay, making my comments, because most of them are positive anyway, despite the fact that there are people, throwing sneak disses and stuff like that at me. Okay, people messing with my kids and stuff like that online, wrongfully influencing my family. I don't know too many people who would be as calm as I've been, considering that. People stating that there have been arrangements made to take me out and stuff like that. I don't know too many people who would have really handled it the way I do. And that's a blessing for everybody. It truly is. So I am personally asking, at this point, we are in 2024. It is September. We are not quite yet in the last quarter of the year. I had to think about it. I was like, wait a minute. No, we're not quite. Are we almost there? No, we are. Because I was like, is it October, November, and December, or is it September, October, November? I was like, no. We almost there. We almost there. That goes to show you how long I've been unemployed. I'm like, you missing the quarters and stuff, girl. What is going on? Like, you got to get back to your thing. You got to get back to your life and get back to what's really important. And I'm getting there. I just want to make sure that emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, I'm exactly where I need to be. So when I step foot in an office somewhere, whether it be mine or somebody else's company, I want to make sure that I'm bringing my best self every single day. I don't want to bring all this mess that I've been through with me to work every day. I don't want to bring that with me, even though there's already going to be something there, because I already know how people talk and how information circulates, especially in the technology era, which we are in and have been in for a while. And it's definitely not going anywhere. So please stop trying to deceive me. because you're wasting good people's time, and I'm one of those good people. And although you may not care about what I've been through or what all has transpired and how it's affected my world, just understand that I'm not asking you to care. I never did. I didn't ask for any of it, actually. I'm doing right now what I've been doing or been trying to do for the last several years, which is build something for me and my family. That's it. That's all. Trying to do the best that I could do, stay as ethical as possible, keep my morality on point, keep my integrity intact. That's what I've been doing. And for people who've been watching close enough, behind the scene, acting like they're not watching, you know I ain't lying. I live my life a certain way, and I live intentionally. It's not okay what I've been through, but there are people who've been through worse. Hell, I've been through worse. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it in that way. This is not necessarily a situation that I need to give any more of my attention to, because I made a commitment to myself. And I said that I wasn't going to lean into any more of this. But I was on YT and I realized after I made my last video that I never spoke about what was really on my chest about my family situation. And I said it wasn't meant for you to. That's okay. It wasn't meant for you to go too in depth with that, because you got to realize that there are people who listen to your stuff and they don't want good things for you. And they'll take that type of stuff. Like, I've literally had to sleep in my car with my children because of this type of stuff. And then have someone that was sent call the police on me because I was sleeping in the car with my kids. So I know just how dirty that fucking game gets that you guys are playing. All right? I know exactly what type of game you're playing. And it's not okay. And everybody is not responsible for everything that has happened. There have been different parties who have contributed to something that has been a completely, one agenda. Different groups, different people, different positions. I've been aware for a very long time. So as you think that you're celebrating some type of cycle coming to a close, or she finally knows, yeah, we did a good job, and you're celebrating the downfall of a good person who wouldn't wish the worst on you, or wouldn't wish bad on you on your worst day. I don't even know if I said that right. Maybe on my most evil day, I wouldn't wish down on you. It's just not my thing. Yet you celebrate somebody going through something so terrible. That gives you joy. I'm cool. And I still don't wish nothing bad on you. I still want the best for you. I hope that whatever it is that's got you feeling that way, whatever is tucked down in you like that, that's got you so evil, I hope you heal that. And when I say that, I'm speaking to a whole tribe of people who attacked me. You are not my people and you are not for me, and I understand that. But I appreciate you for being cordial. Just know if I run across some of your content, though, because some of you guys are on here, if I run across some of your content, trust and believe it's because the algorithm put you there. I didn't come looking for you. But from what I understand, a lot of people come looking for me. I'm not sure what that's about. But I'm asking for people, and this is not the first time I've said this. Back off of me and my family. Enough is enough.